Welcome to this episode of CPS360. I'm Amya Carson.
And I'm Elise Henderson. Our first feature covers an important issue for high school girls that CPS is taking steps to address. Caitlin Bailey brings us the story.
Making posters.
A local period poverty campaign in CPS has become a statewide phenomenon. Students across the district are advocating for the state capitol to consider a bill that would provide period products to students at no cost. Raina Grace, a member of Period Como, started campaigning for the project after learning that girls were having to decide between food and period products.
You shouldn't have to pick from something that is a necessity to you. Both of those things are a necessity. You can't go without having tampons and pads or some feminine hygiene product, but you also can't go without food. And having to choose between the two is not the reality that we should be living in. And I think schools are one of the first steps into having access to both of those things.
CPS implemented the program last year after Period Como approached the school district about the topic.
We said, let's do away with the machine for now, and let's just pilot a program where we stock the bathrooms with baskets full of products and then just see as students use them, we will replenish them.
State Representative Martha Stevens says the program was something she wanted to implement on a state level for many reasons.
The fact that students were missing school or class because of this, and that's an education piece too. So I think we can step in as a state and fund a program to give these free products to students to make sure that their education is not compromised because this basic need is not being met.
The bill argues not having period products can hinder a student's ability to learn. It strictly focuses on attendance, saying, quote, without menstrual products, students can miss up to 36 days of school in a single year. If the bill is passed, it would require all charter and public schools to implement a policy similar to CPS. Administrators say the bill won't impact the school district very much, but could improve the program they've already started.
I think it just will continue to enhance what we're doing at the high schools and hopefully take it down to the middle schools and potentially even the elementary schools.
While Grace argues the fight to end period poverty is not over, she says the bill is a good first step. From CPS 360, I'm Caitlin Bailey.
Nice job, Caitlin. Next, Ben Walters takes a look into a biomedical class at the Columbia Area Career Center.
Biomedical Science is a class where students take a very hands-on approach to learning about the human body systems. This class is a dual credit, meaning that students can sign up to earn extra college credit while taking this class. Biomed will start you on your way to a medical career path, giving you the basic knowledge about how the human body works.
I worked in healthcare for 13 years as a clinical laboratory technician, and then I ran the associate degree lab tech program at MACC and realized I like high school students better than college students. I like teaching better than being an administrator, and so I came back to high school after a 5-year time there, and this is a nice mesh of exploratory things, and I like trying to help people figure out what they want to be when they grow up.
Mrs. Hayes is certainly a very qualified teacher for this class, and it shows in the knowledge her students possess because of her teaching skills. Dual credit is quite confusing, so I'll let her explain it in depth.
Dual credit saves students and parents a lot of money when they're trying to pursue college, and then this class is a nice class for them to take because it has a lot of career exploration, so they can see that there are more things besides just doctor and nurse, and maybe they find a more specific route before they get into college and they end up saving themselves even more money because they're not having to backtrack and retake other classes.
Thank you for that explanation, Mrs. Hayes. Now let's speak to a student about why she took Biomed.
So I want to be a neuropsychologist, and I think it's really important to get kind of a medical background before I decide on my final career, before I go into college. And it's just really helpful. I think it's going to help me with honors biology next year. I think just in general, it's a class that makes you very well-rounded.
Now we talk to sophomore Katie Ardini about her interests and personal reasons for taking Biomed.
Well, I was interested in the medical field, so I wanted to learn the basic medical knowledge that this class brings. I think this class has given me a good basis for the medical skills that you need so that I can pursue a more specific job in the future.
This class greatly helps students gain a basic understanding of the medical field.
I took it mainly just to learn the knowledge that it brings, but the dual credit was just an extra bonus.
Without the experienced mind of Mrs. Hayes in the classroom, I feel like students would struggle to understand the complex concepts of biomedical science. A dual credit year-long class such as this is a great choice for incoming freshmen, and frankly any student here. This is Ben Walters for CPS360, signing off.
Going from one interesting class to another, I visited the Floral Design class to see how they're preparing for an upcoming event. The Career Center offers many interesting and different classes, one being the Plant and Floral Design class. In this class, students learn the skill of floral arrangement and all the thoughts and ideas it takes to create those projects. The Plant and Floral Design class has their own greenhouse that is full of different flowers and plants that the class gets access to.
One of the life skills that I have learned in this class is how to work to meet deadlines and work with other classmates to make sure that we get everything done in time and the way it needs to be done.
This week, the class has teamed up with the Night to Shine project and has been making corsages for the occasion. The Night to Shine project is an event that is put on at the crossing and is a dance very similar to a prom for special needs adults and children. This is the second year that the class has helped with this project, and many of the students attend the event.
The only boy in this class, it's definitely new, but I enjoy the environment and just still getting to come in here. It's basically an arts and craft. You walk in, make a project, probably take a test or two, and just be done after that.
The teacher, Ms. Rodeker, has been teaching the Plant and Floral Design class for over 20 years and doesn't plan to stop anytime soon. She makes sure that all of her students understand what they're making and what things they need to be considered when making certain projects. This class is filled with boys and girls who love the very calm atmosphere of the class and interesting skills they have learned while in this class.
I worked in greenhouse production right after college, and I found I was doing what I thought I wanted to do, but it was very monotonous and very boring. We did the repetitive stuff all day long, and I felt like my brain was going to mush. So I found out I could teach horticulture, so I went back to school and got my certificate and master's and started teaching this.
These corsages will be given out at the Night to Shine event, then the class will be working on Valentine's Day arrangements. This is Elise Henderson with CPS 360 News.
What a cool class! Recently, a CPS teacher was the winner of a major award. Connor Parrish brings us this special feature.
In Columbia Public School System, there are a total of 6 middle schools, but at Oakland Middle School, located on the north side of Columbia, Algebra 1 and 8th grade math teacher Melissa Fike won the Milken Educator Award on January 10th.
So the award recognizes teachers who have the potential to have leadership outside of the classroom someday. They award teachers who shrink the achievement gap. So I've done that here at Oakland, and they just recognize great teaching.
Assistant Principal Jeff Milkey talks about how deserving Miss Fike was of the Milken Educator Award.
Oh, it's awesome. Not only is she Miss Fike very deserving of that honor, but also it's just a lot of recognition for our school and a lot of good publicity for Oakland Middle School.
Miss Fike had no idea about the award or what the assembly was even about.
Well, absolutely not. So nobody at Oakland even knew that we were going to have an award ceremony or that anybody was going to receive the award. Dr. Porter just told the staff that we were having the Commissioner of Education come talk to us about resiliency. So it wasn't until the people from the Milken Foundation were introduced that I had any idea that anybody was going to win something.
Mr. Milkey had no idea about the award either, just like most of the staff and students at Oakland Middle School.
Amazingly, I did not. Usually Dr. Porter will give me some kind of heads up on something that we're trying to keep secret from staff members or whatever. But she was very tight-lipped on this, and so it caught me off guard too. I kind of figured something was up when the guy from Milken started to talk about a teacher getting some recognition, but I had no clue.
Student Madison Tetro praises Ms. Fike about how she helps students learn.
She is very unique and helpful. She loves to make sure that her students are learning in the best way possible. She even finds different ways to teach us by learning, writing it out, saying it, like showing us the different ways and steps. We may be honor students, but she still makes sure that we get everything that we need.
Ms. Fike still enjoys teaching as much as she did when she first started.
Oh, for sure. I mean, every year is different, but I love teaching. I love being around 8th graders and former 8th grade students. And I still love teaching just as much as I did before. It's nice to be recognized for your hard work, though. Sometimes this job can get to be so hard and the challenges are so big. So it's nice to be rewarded for hard work.
Ms. Fike will go to Indianapolis, Indiana to receive $25,000 at the award ceremony over spring break with all the other Milken Educator Award winners.
That's great that a local teacher won a national award. Next, Mackenzie Harvey covered an important event at the Columbia Area Career Center focusing on saving lives.
On Friday, February 7th, the Columbia Area Career Center class, Professions in Healthcare, held a blood drive at the Career Center. The blood drive lasted throughout the school day, and every volunteer had a personal reason for doing so. Ella Cruz shares why donating blood is important to her.
The fact that it gets to save 3 lives every time that you donate, it's not just one.
Donating blood is a process, not one step. Emma Keller will demonstrate this. First, ensure that you're in a healthy state to donate. If so, the phlebotomist will first find a good vein. Next, they will sterilize the arm. And finally, the scary part, the needle. Keller shares how she faces what turns away many potential donors.
They're experienced, so they've done it a lot, and it's not really a big deal because they know what they're doing.
Even if you can't donate, there are always other ways to help. Ashley Chipman shares what her part is in the blood drive.
I'm volunteering in the blood drive, so we just check people in and make sure they eat snacks after they donate.
Eating a snack after a donation to keep you going is super important. So is staying hydrated. Make sure to stop by next time a local blood drive is going on near you. It's for an amazing cause. You could save 3 people's lives and maybe even get a free t-shirt. This is Mackenzie Harvey for CPS360. Our last story features a local eatery. Abby Cable brings us the taste of a special sandwich shop.
Dagwood Jr. is owned by Brad Dill on 216 West Promage Street in Mexico, Missouri. They have sandwiches, soups, salads, chips, and even pies.
The inspiration for Dagwoods came from my dad's experience in the food business and the comic book with the Blondie comic that had the really big sandwich in it. That's where the name came from.
Different varieties of drinks are also on the menu.
A busy day here looks like usually the tables are all pretty much full and a line back to the door, and in the back it's all pretty. We have tickets all along the ticket holder and pretty busy back there.
The responsibilities as an owner here, which includes being the manager, is to make sure all the bills are paid, the employees are paid, the food comes out as quality, timely, all the health standards are met, and there's a couple little side items, but the main thing is customer service and maintaining the quality of the product.
They are open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 8 p.m.
That's it for this episode of CPS 360. I'm Elise Henderson.
And I'm Amya Carson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.